Hi, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Pastor Kyle. Um, I'm alone today, and but I'm here. I'm here with you, so I guess I'm not too much alone. Um, but I'm excited to talk about tonight's topic, and one of the reasons why is because in the state that the world is in, and everything that's going on, this is a topic that's very prevalent in a lot of people's lives right now, and that topic is worry. And I know it's something that we try to not talk about too often, but um, it's a very serious thing in what a lot of people are dealing with right now. Is um, you know, what's tomorrow going to bring, and what's for dinner, and where's my host? And Henry dipped off without me, but I'll get it. I'll get him back. Um, but there's so many things that we're facing today, and we struggle. We have a hard time with it, and um, you know, uh, I mentioned a few weeks back is I had surgery on my knee, and one of the worries that I had when I was getting it is I wasn't able to go back to work right away, and you start thinking about finances, and you start thinking about job security, and is my knee going to heal the right way, and am I going to have problems with that knee down the road, even though my doctor is saying that my knee is in good shape and they only did some minor fixes. These are all things that we worry about and we bottle up deep inside, and a lot of us, maybe we tend to keep them to ourselves, and that's me. I don't tend to talk about my worries out loud to many people, and I know other people that, they're always worried about something, and they're worried, and it's killing them. Um, it's killing them from the inside out, because all of that stress and everything is built up. And I'm more of a yeah, it bothers me, and I think on these things, but um, there's certain things that we just can't do anything about, or tomorrow will tell, and let tomorrow worry about itself. And I know people that are close to me that that's not the the reaction that they have, that they stress and stress and stress and stress until they're taking it out on the people that they love, and it's dangerous. And it has a huge impact on the people around you, and even more so, it has a huge impact on yourself. And so there's a scripture I want to dive into tonight, and it's going to be found in Matthew chapter 6, starting with verse 34. And it says, "Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." And the one thing about worry is, the more you dwell on it, the more it affects you. So, for instance, right now I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't want you to think about a red fire truck. Let me guess. You're thinking about a red fire truck right now, aren't you? That's because the more you think about something, the more that we try to will ourselves into um, not worrying about something. I am not going to worry. We become worried about, are we going to be able to will ourselves into not being able, into not worrying. And this scripture is great because it says, but seek, in verse 33, it says, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be given unto you as well. And the reason that scripture is a very important part of that whole section there is because the more we dwell on and the more we think on how to not worry, the more worried we will become. And you know, I really should put a little tally on how many times I say worry throughout this entire video. But it says, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you as well. If we dwell on something other than worry, if we dwell on what God has for us, his promises, his righteousness, the worry goes away. Because the more we're dwelling on him, you know, there's a illustration I want to use right here, and I want you to kind of get a picture of it. Have you ever seen like somebody like walking on something and there's a ledge? Sometimes you see these in movies, and you'll have somebody say, "Hey, focus on me, focus on me. Don't look at everything else. Don't look down." All these things, because if you're focusing on the individual in front of you, the person that you can trust, you become less worried about everything else that is going on. Because you know that the person that you trust, the person that you're focusing on, is going to help get you through whatever stressful situation it is that you're going through. And, you know, I can't help but, you know, get this picture of God just being like, just focus on me. Just focus on me. And all of these other things, all of these other things that are going on around you, they're minuscule. They don't have much purpose, much matter of it at all. What matters most is right here. You know, earlier scriptures before that says, "Do not store." I'm sorry. I'm looking off camera because I'm reading from my screen. But it says, "Do not store up for yourselves on yourself treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy." But verse 20, "But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will also be." Store up all the things. Don't worry about the things here. Because if we put our focus on God and he's walking us through whatever that situation is, and he's saying, just focus on me, just focus on me, eliminate the noise. We can store up all of the things that we need for where we're going instead of where we're at. So I leave that with you. I leave this word of encouragement of, I understand there's so many things that we can be worried about. But I encourage you, focus on God and remember he's standing there. He's there waiting for you, and all he's saying is, focus on me, focus on me. And all these minuscule things will pass. Trust in God's promises. Trust in the love and the righteousness that he has. And life will get so much better. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I thank you for all your prayers. For those of you that have reached out, be encouraged, be loved, and as always, until next time.